How do I say hi? How do we say hi? Like, saying hi is really difficult. Saying hello, hi, welcome back to my channel, I guess. Weird. Anyway, let's just leave it at that because I don't know how else to start it. If I keep looking down, by the way, it's because I got notes. I just wanted to start by thanking everyone who watched my last video. I think the last time I looked at it, it had like 366 likes, and I was really not expecting that. I thought like my mates would watch it, so I thought I'd get like 50. So if you watched it, I love you, you a G. Also, I got my nails done, so you're gonna get a lot of this. If you're watching this video, then I love you as well. So I don't know, at the minute I don't really know what the title of this video is going to be. It's kind of just like going to be a sit down chatty video. It was kind of inspired by the gyms reopening, so it's kind of my thinking of like, where do I want to be, what do I want to do, what do I want to achieve in terms of fitness, and mainly I want to change the way that my physique looks. I want to improve it, I want to get that body fat down, hopefully have like an ab for a day, hopefully like grow a big booty, because you know. What else inspired this video was a couple of things really. So there's what's going on in gymnastics at the minute, there's everyone from my old cheer club is going back soon, and also I saw some pictures of Molly-Mae in the media that really upset me. I don't know if everyone's seen them, but they're about the like her cellulite and like how they're adding cellulite to her pictures and just really putting a big downer on her in general, like when she's just gone on holiday. Like, leave the poor girl alone, you know what I mean? This is hard work. Basically what I wanted to talk about was how I got to where I am in terms of fitness, how I got to wanting to become more fit, how I've got to this sort of mindset of wanting to improve my physique. So, bear with. So, I feel like some of what I'm going to talk about is a bit of a taboo subject, so if you feel uncomfortable or it upsets you talking about weight or body dysmorphia or eating or anything like that, then please turn this video off. I don't want to upset anyone. And also, I'm not an expert. As I said in my last video, I'm not a PT, I'm not qualified. This is just my personal experience through the sports that I did that led to my perception of my body. Okay, so also through this video I'm going to put over some pictures. Some of them are so embarrassing. I've seen some already on my phone and I just feel like, why did I do that to myself? When I was younger, like super young, the first sport that I remember doing is swimming. Did all my bag of badges. I did it at like a school like in Stockport, and then I what did I do next? And then I got asked to go, because I did all the badges, I got asked to go to Stockport Metro and train there at a bit of a higher level. I hated it. I literally hated it. Alright, this is sounding really daft. When you do a swimming meet, if you've done a swimming meet, you'll know what I mean. The crowd is like cheering, but when you're under the water, you cover your ears. It's like, you can't hear them say anything. Oh my god, I'm so weird. You literally can't hear them say, like, shout. So you go under and then you come up and it's like, It's like, oh, no, I didn't like it. And also when I was younger, I had like zero confidence in general. Like, I was so quiet. It's so weird. Still weird, but not the point. Why do I keep going off on a tangent? Let me just bring it back. I went there and I gave that up pretty quickly after I started there. Nothing to do with any of the swimming coaches, I just generally lost interest. I also did athletics when I was younger at Stockport Harriers, and I was so rubbish. I was so rubbish. Cross country, I would like come last, I would cry. Which, by the way, I just ran my first 10k on Saturday, guys. Don't come for me. I can run now, it's fine. Where was this mindset all those years ago? But yeah, I used to cry for cross country and I used to come last because I used to hate it, and I felt like my chest was on fire and I could not breathe. And then, what else did I do? I did sprinting, I did a bit of high jump. If anyone knows me, I'm 5'3". Why I thought I could do the high jump? I also hated competing at that as well. I remember before the competitions, like, they weren't big competitions, obviously, it's just kind of club level sort of stuff. I don't even know what they call that officially, but yeah, before the competitions I just remember being really nervous, really like upset, like crying to my mum that I didn't want to do it. But yeah, anyway, moving on. Something I actually did like doing, I remember being 5, right? 5. This is one of my first memories, and this girl at my primary school told me that she did gymnastics, and I was like, I want to do gymnastics. So I asked my mum, what did Claire say? No. And when Beck was old enough, my mum finally took us, and I was terrified of joining in. Absolutely cried for the first like 3 or 4 sessions because I wouldn't go and join in with a warm-up because there was like so many kids and I was scared. Because I started so late, I blame my mum that I was so rubbish. As for gymnastics, so I started to get a little bit better. I was about 14, 15. I used to just do basic floor and vault comps. They were good fun. I won a couple of medals and nothing spectacular. And yeah, me and my sisters have always done that. All 3 of us have always done the same sport since then. I wanted to go on to talk about next is just kind of genetics and how that plays a role in your perception of your body. So when I was younger, Beck was the middle child. She's tiny. Anyone who knows her, anyone who's seen her, I'll probably put some pictures on the screen at some point. She is so small, and everyone always thought that her and Lauren, who's the youngest, were twins because they were always the same height. So I was always really big. So even from a young age, I was always noticing that I was so much bigger than my sisters because Beck just kind of hadn't caught up or grown at the same rate. I was like the big sister. You get me? So like, because I was bigger than both of them, because even though Beck was older, she was so tiny. So them two were always so much smaller. So I, in my head, was bigger. See where we're going with this? But if you look at like my family genetics, like I've put some pictures on from like family weddings and stuff, you can see my mum and nana, like we're all a pretty similar size, similar build. I think my nana is 5'6", I think Lauren is now the next tallest at 5'5", and I think my mum is 5'4", 5'5", and I'm 5'3", and Beck's like just 5. She's so small. Anyway, so then when I then went to high school, this is when I was introduced to cheerleading, which is obviously my favouriteest and most, I don't have any words, I can't even describe it, like how much I love that sport. Not only did I start cheer, but also, as we know, going through high school can be quite traumatic in terms of hormones, puberty, starting your period, like developing at different rates. And this is for guys and girls, like obviously I can only speak from a girl's reference. Looking back on pictures that I wanted to put in this video, I was actually so small, like so small, like I'm so, like I can't get over it. Like I know my sister found some pictures from her high school days the other day and she's even tinier, like she literally looks like she should be in primary school still. But I look back and I remember thinking, especially in the later years, like 9 to 11, I thought I had big thighs, I thought I had a chubby belly, because like my best friend at the time, like oh my god, she was gorgeous, she was slim, muscly, she had a 6-pack, and I remember thinking like, oh my god, why don't I have a 6-pack? Why do I have abs? I don't know what this blotch is, by the way. I'm so blotchy. It's because I'm getting like uncomfortable and nervous talking because I don't talk to people about stuff like this. But I thought I'd share my experience so that people can relate. And anyone, by the way, pop up and message me if you would like to talk about any of this, because this is weird for me. Me there thinking that I'm quite big and like chubby and overweight. I think I weighed, I don't know what that accent was. I think I weighed 7 stone. What's that in kg? Hold on. Hey Siri, what's 7 stone in kilograms?
That would be 44.45 kilograms.
44? Oh, can't contort my arm. 44.45 kilograms. 44. And I thought I was big and heavy. Girl, you need to take a rain check. So, I thought I was heavy at 44.45 or whatever it was, 45 kilos. I thought I was heavy. I didn't start my period, TMI, sorry guys, till I was 15, the end of year 10. So I was literally not even starting puberty until going into year 11. And I was already thinking that I was bigger than most of the other girls. Which now, looking back, clearly I was not. This kind of brings me to the point that I'm at. So, and in high school I was still doing gymnastics and I was just starting cheerleading. Now cheerleading, when you're in school, if you do it in the UK, I was doing like comps like UKCA, you have to be in full uniform, fully covered, and I just really enjoyed it. It was just fun. The teacher who taught it made it really fun, and I was loving it. And I'll put some pics in here because I used to fly. If anyone at Stars, I didn't know. Should have put me in the air, Carly, if you're watching. She might not be watching, that's embarrassing. I was on low level teams while I was at this age as well. So I was on a team called LL Extreme and yeah, my school team, which is Atherton Cheer Squad. So this brings me to probably the main content of this video. Now, those two sports, as amazing as they are, have some serious issues with body dysmorphia and eating and just any of those, like anything related to that. Being a girl, I don't know what it's like for the guys, can't comment, not a guy, but in those sports the pressure is to be slim, to be muscly, to be smaller so you can do bigger skills. If you're small and dinky, like at cheer, if you're small and dinky, you're going to be a better flyer and a better tumbler because smaller people are easier to lift, right? Both of them are really weight focused sports. So if you've seen in the media at the minute and on Netflix, there's a documentary from USA Gymnastics called Athlete A, which is about a much deeper, heavier subject, but the girls do mention about their eating, about what the coaches say to them. It's recently all started to come out in British gymnastics because this sort of Athlete A documentary has encouraged everyone to speak up, which I think is amazing, that people are no longer feeling trapped and like that was normal, because it wasn't normal. So from my personal experience, the only references I have in terms of weight was just comparing myself to the other girls in the gym. So I wasn't a high level gymnast, I wasn't very good, I was older as well when I started, whereas a lot of these girls start like what Lauren started when she was 3. So these girls are brought up in this environment to think and feel a certain way. Now, to quote on some of the coaches that were at the gyms that I trained at as a child, these things were not said to me. Lauren was once told that she had put on weight over Christmas. She was like 7. She was told she put on weight over Christmas. We went to my nana's house for 1 week. 1 week. A child cannot physically force themselves to eat a lot more food than what they normally do because their parents are in control of it. So yes, they might let them indulge a little bit, but they're not going to go out and eat like double the calories that they would normally eat. Everyone's calorie goes up at Christmas. There's turkey and stuffing and gravy and dessert. What are you going to do? I really remember that being said because I stood there when it was said and I was like... What was then said was that my mum needed to restrict her eating for the next week. A 7-year-old child was told to restrict her eating. This is not on. I also remember being in the gym when a coach said to a gymnast that was the tiniest, most amazing gymnast, and when I say tiny, she was tiny, like she was like 12, 13, so small. The coach told her she had a spare tire. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? How dare you say that to someone, let alone a child? Jesus. Anyway, going back to what I was saying before, for me, I never personally had any comments made at me like that. If I did, I've probably got thick skin, they probably just brushed over my head. My main issue was what I thought of everyone else and myself. Trying to think of where we're up to in like the sort of like chronology of it all. I guess at this point, I'm going to be leaving high school. I'm about 16, probably put some pics in about now. And I'm moving on to college. So when I was in school, we were the last year group that had to leave the school to go to college. Main difference here for me that I noticed was that there were a lot more boys and girls at these schools and at the college, and everyone was kind of going out to impress everyone. Like, I will put pictures in here of me when I'm at college. There were girls in full makeup. Now look at this now. You know, I'm not a makeup queen. I'm just not good at it. I never have been. I've got no eyebrows. I've got no eyelashes. I had no foundation, and if I did, it was probably that really awful Dream Matte Mousse thing. Does anyone remember that? The Maybelline one that was all like cakey and mushy, and I just weren't going to do that for college. And I remember going thinking, I'm not going to get a boyfriend because I'm not as pretty as these girls. I'm not as skinny as these girls. I don't look like these girls. These girls all have nice clothes. Do you know what I mean? That was the sort of mindset, and like I feel like this is where my awareness of how I looked and felt about myself really started to kick in, like more so than when I was at gymnastics, because I'd left at this point, so it wasn't too bad. And when you're at cheer, you can wear a t-shirt, you can wear a jumper, you can wear a crop top, you can wear shorts, you can wear leggings, you can wear what you want to feel comfortable at training. Also, at this age, girls are mean. Girls are mean. Like, I didn't have a lot of girlfriends anyway, and I definitely did not make any more at college. Back to sport, because that's what we're here for, sports and fitness, you know. I was in my 2nd year of college, and I think at this point I had moved to a team called Sparklers Elite Insert picture here with my girl Fern, because I love this photo, and it's the only one that I have from when I was on that team because I wasn't there very long. As you can see, that uniform is a little bit more than what I'd worn in school or at LL Extreme. It's like tighter fitting, and it was all about the makeup and the hair and having big hair and looking dead glamorous. So again, we're just building on that sort of image and persona that you're supposed to have in these sports. There's nothing wrong with it, don't get me wrong, I love it. I love getting glammed up, or trying to anyway. But this is where the main big change started to happen for me. So when did I was in college from 2012 to 2015, and in my second year after I left Sparklers, I went to a team called Rising Stars. Big up. I'll link their Instagram below in case anyone's interested in joining, because honestly, I made my best friends there. It was the most amazing sport I've ever done, and I came out of it with a globe. And I literally have no talent whatsoever, so if I can do it, you can do it. But at this level, at the senior level, the age group that I was in cheer, you could wear cropped uniforms. That means you can have your midriff out, you can have your belly out, you can have like cuts in the shoulders that you could have cutouts in the back. You can wear shorts, you can wear skirts, you can wear them both, you can wear skirts, like you can wear anything, you can wear high knee socks. It all changes like in the rules, because obviously the main part of cheerleading, well, they're not the main part, but we all have uniforms. It's like a costume, I guess. When I first went to Rising Stars, I was on a team called Aurora, and it was senior all girl fall. I made a lot of my closest friends on this team. Now, like, my girls that I'm still friends with from cheer, they are the most beautiful, stunning, toned, gorgeous, amazing girls. Honestly, I love them all to pieces. But I would stand there and think, Jesus Christ, I am huge. Now, please don't come for me, people who know me from cheer, and say, or people who see these pictures and say, you are not huge. I kind of know that now, but in my head, in that environment where it's such a small group of people that are all smaller builds, I genuinely thought I was really overweight. Like, I genuinely really thought that I was really heavy. And I genuinely felt so out of my depth in terms of looks, in terms of my body image. I just didn't want to do it. Like, when I first got on the team, I did not want to do it, and I never told anyone that. I never told anyone because I was so intimidated, but I didn't want people to think I was weak, so I just stuck it out. So it was already at this point where I was starting to feel like I was bigger, and I started to convince myself that I was bigger in my head. And my boyfriend at the time, he was tiny. Like, not tiny, like, oh god, if you see this, it's so embarrassing. He was so small. He was an ex-gymnast, he was a really good cheerleader. He was small, toned, abs, muscles, the lot. And I used to stand next to him, and this is through no fault from him. For anyone who sees this or anyone goes, oh, thank you to talk about you on a YouTube, blah blah blah. Literally, he never ever made me feel like this. He never said anything, he never did anything that made me feel not beautiful or not attractive or not, like, do you know what I mean? He never did anything to put me down. Please, like, nobody report that back, because this is not what I'm saying. In my head, and I never told him this either, I would stand next to him and have photos, or I would avoid having photos with him because I didn't want to stand next to him because I felt so big. This is so stupid. Like, if you're looking at these photos that are popping up on the screen, then you'll see why it's stupid now. And I've only just started to realise this, like, recently, like this year. But I genuinely, I'm getting upset. But I genuinely remember sitting with him or standing next to him, and I would think like, why are you with me? Because I'm so big. And I wasn't. That's why I'm awkward laughing. So I guess I'm sorry for not having more photos with you. I think I've put the world's photos on from that year, and I've got no official photos from the 2015-16 season when I was first on Ellipse, because I didn't save any, and I don't know where the discs are because I thought I looked so fat on all of them. I thought I looked awful. I thought I looked especially around my belly. Like, that's where I hold, well, no, hold on, let's get this right, Frank. I struggled to lose fat off my belly. If I put it on, it goes to my bum and thighs first, but then it will start going to my stomach, and I see that area change the most, fluctuate the most. So that's my biggest insecurity. That year, that 2016, I really became really conscious of what I looked like. And so much so, I joined the gym. I was paying to go to Pure Gym that I still go to now. Didn't have a bloody clue what I was doing, didn't do any cardio, didn't change any calories, which was just stupid. And then I spoke to a PT once, but they gave me this diet and it was like 1,100 calories. If you know calories, that's not a lot. And I would have like oats and water. I didn't even like oats then. I do now, but I didn't like them then, and I definitely did not like them with water. I would have them, like now I would have them with like milk and like a bit of sugar or like honey, you know, something sweet, because I'm not a big cereal eater. So I used to force feed myself that. Then I would have like an apple for a break. I would only drink water, I wouldn't drink anything else. What else? Dinner, I would have a 3-egg omelette with nothing, just that. And I would have for tea like 100 grams of chicken and rice. I had never felt so hungry in my life. This was also when I started uni. This is also when I found out that I was like severely anemic, and like I had like fainting episodes. Like I still have a couple now, but it's definitely not as bad. But like sometimes while I was at uni, like I would have a shower and like hit the deck. I don't know why I'm laughing. It's not funny. If you're anemic, take your iron tablets. It's not funny. I started that diet, I was about 10 stone 4, finished that diet and I was 9 stone 4 in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks. That's a lot of weight to shift in 2 weeks, and I thought it was great. I was so happy. I was taking pictures of the scale, I was sending it to everyone, I was posting it on Facebook. Oh, look how great this is. It was so unhealthy. Do not do this. Do not. No. Don't. If you're thinking about doing it, stop it. Don't do it. It's not good. Just don't do it. I'm watching you. And I just basically, after that crash diet, I kind of just like fluctuated like with really bad binge eating, and then trying to go back on something similar, and then binge eating but then not going to the gym as much, and it was like I didn't know what I was doing basically. So I think the main thing for me, because obviously I wasn't great at diet, I wasn't great at the gym, the main thing that started to change would be the actual skills that we were doing at cheer were getting harder. So obviously as the intensity of the routines went up, the more difficult they got, the more packed they were. I started to tone up, I started to get better at basing, and the better I got at basing, the more like you use your muscles, and the fitter you get, the more full outs you can do. Like you were just building all the time, like within that sport. Like now, if I went back to cheer, I would not have a cat in hell's chance of a full out. Absolutely blooming not. I just wouldn't. I'm just not strong enough anymore. I don't have that same endurance anymore. Like honestly, if you want a proper upper body workout, anyone, boys, whatever, go and do a gym. Go to the gym. Go to an open gym and go and try a few stunts. You will use muscles you have never used before in these flipping stunts. Like picking up a 50-kilo girl twice a week for 6 to however many hours a week, because people are on multiple teams, so people will do more teams. If you go and do that, you're going to get musclier, you're going to get more toned, you're going to burn more fat, you're going to do more warm-ups, more cool-downs, you're going to, I don't know why that's relevant, you're going to do more conditioning, you're going to do more stunt conditioning, you're going to work on your flexibility, you're going to do more jumps, everything, the intensity just increases all the time. It's starting to get really dark. This light is really bad. Can you see me? I actually have a comparison from 2 balls that I went to while I was at cheer. So one was a charity ball for cystic fibrosis for one of my old flyers, and the other one was for the program owner's wife. Oh my god, my brain. I think one was 2016 and one was like 2017-18, so they're either 1 or 2 years apart. They're with my coach Rory, and we both look hella different. Please don't kill me for posting these, but we look so different. Like literally, like you can see, like I'm a lot more toned. I also discovered fake tan. I also have a flatter stomach, and I feel like I've probably not fluctuated too much since then. I maybe put like a little bit on because I'm not cheering anymore, or like I've lost like my, like everyone used to say I used to have like man shoulders, but I feel like they've gone. I don't have traps anymore, somebody help me. So between those 2 photos, probably more towards the second one, I went back to the gym again. I was doing a little bit more there, and not religiously, not well, probably not following any sort of training programs, just going in and doing a bit and copying influencers and stuff like that. I don't know. It was a similar thing in the 18-19 season. Like I cannot thank like my friends enough, like that are going to be coming up in these pictures from the 17-18 and 18-19 season. Like honestly, these girls, I never thought I would have girl mates. I feel like I've already said this about 80 times, but I never thought I never thought that girls could be so empowering. From when I was in school and college, I did not realise that girls could be so supportive, so empowering. From pictures from my friends from cheer, my pictures from Worlds, my pictures on us going out. I put in a couple of bikini photos in there so you can kind of see. I still felt insecure in comparison to them, but nothing like putting myself on a really dangerous crash diet. Does that make sense? Like, my whole confidence changed while I was at this cheer squad. Like, I can't tell you how much I changed as a person. I think my coaches can probably vouch for that. From when I first started and I was like timid and probably kind of rude. I'm probably a little bit of a bitch. Can you say that? Can I say that on YouTube? I was a bitch. As I became more comfortable with my friends, as my friends became closer, we all started to support each other more, and that's when I started to feel more confident about myself. I've just posted some more photos, like more recent photos, like up on the screen now, of how my body's changed over the past couple of years or so. It's probably not fluctuated too much. I think the heaviest I've probably been is about 10 stone, and I think the lightest I've probably been is about 9.5, and I tend to stick between that sort of zone. At this time, all these pictures that have been coming up from cheer and stuff like that, I was mainly focused on just eating 3 meals a day and trying not to snack too much. I also tried drinking some more water. Tried to do a little bit more at the gym, like Rory started PTing at Pure Gym, which was really helpful for me. Finally, when I finished the season in 2019, I feel like that was probably the most confident I've ever been with my figure, because my friends at cheer were like, we become closer, my friend group at home changed, my home situations changed, just my general perception of myself changed. Looking at current photos, I probably haven't changed too much from the ones that I picked. I have got a lot more current photos, which you can see on my Instagram. The sort of mantra that I want to put across is that people, or anyone, your family, your friends, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whoever it is, they don't value you off what you look like. They don't compare you to people like you do in your head. Like, this is something I've learned very recently, is that you're valued off your personality, how kind you are, what sort of a person you are. Like, alright, say your boyfriend like asked you out because he fancied you because of the way you looked when you first met. That's true, but that's not why you stuck around. You following? Quite a lot of this topic was like my experience of body dysmorphia within sport, and with people going back to the gyms, I just wanted to say that please don't walk into the gym and start comparing yourself to anyone else, or start to worry or feel like people are staring at you, because people are probably looking at you because they think you're staring at them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm feeling quite anxious about going back. I think that's why this video has kind of been inspired. Like, it's coming from that sort of like anxiety and self-doubt and thinking, oh god, like, what, I'm not going to be able to lift what I used to, which is true because I haven't been to the gym for 5 months. And it's just kind of like, everyone take a rain check, take a breather, we're all in the same boat now, it's going to be fine. You need to focus on yourself, you need to love yourself before you can love yourself as someone who looks different. You know, you just have to get into this mindset of loving who you are, accepting that your body shape is your body shape. Just another note, just try not to be so hard on yourselves, and don't force yourself into any of these crazy diets. If you don't know anything about like weight loss or weight gain or maintenance or fitness in general, go and seek out a PT, get yourself involved, educate yourself. And in general, I guess I just hope you've taken something away from this video, and like, you don't feel, if you have been feeling like this or comparing yourself to other people, whether it be in your sport, whether it be in the gym, that you feel not so alone. Everyone's experiences are completely different. Like, I was lucky that I only ended up on one crash diet, because I have seen firsthand on multiple occasions how easily it is to develop such a bad relationship with food and end up with eating disorders, and they're genuinely really scary. And I would hate to think that anyone that feels like the odd one out or feels bigger in their sport or in their friendship group could ever end up like that. So please, if you start to feel like that, please reach out. You're probably not the only one feeling out of place, or like you don't fit in with the current stereotypes of Instagram and Twitter and all that jazz. The point that I touched on earlier about Molly-Mae is that although the press seemed to be so mean to her, I don't know why, did she do something wrong while she was on Love Island? I don't know. And the paparazzi are bombing her with photos and all these pictures taken from bad angles. Please remember, on Instagram or with any of these influencers or anyone that you follow, everyone knows their angles. Like, even my Instagram, like, I know which angles I can make my body look better from. But I know that I don't always look like that, because if you're in a posed position, obviously your body's not going to look like that. Like, I'm sat on the bed now with shorts and a crop top on, and you can see, like, if I'm, well, I've probably sat like this, like, it looks, there's rolls, there's no abs there. Like, we all look different when we're not posed, and it's so important to remember that. So yeah, I basically just wanted to finish this video with an update of my goals. First of all, my goals are to get back into the gym slowly, because if I go in and try and lift what I was lifting, I'm either one, going to really hurt myself, or two, I'm not going to be able to walk for about 3 weeks. At the minute, I'm eating around 1,600 calories a day. Obviously, I've been doing a lot more running. That's probably going to decrease now when I can go to the gym. I can go on the Stairmaster, and I can do sprints on the treadmill. I'm so excited, I'm so excited. I'm going to go ease it back into up and training my leg and booty days, because, you know, we're all about that peach, and I want to see if I can get my body fat down a little bit more, or get my waist down a little bit more, to see what sort of physique I could have, maybe what my abs look like. I always say this, I want to have an ab for a day. I've already hit one goal this year, which is to run 10k. I hope that you can take away from this video that you've gotten to know me a little bit more if you didn't already know me. If you found some stuff out about me that you didn't already know, great, because I probably haven't told a lot of people some of the things that I said here. If you feel like you can relate, if you want to drop me a message, you can do. I've put my Instagram down below. So I think I'm going to finish this video with a kind of little physique update, because I want to do another one like after like maybe a year or two of my fitness journey, because obviously I'm starting this journey with you guys. I want to keep you updated. So this is where I'm at the minute. 1 second. So at the minute I am 62 kilos pretty consistently over the past couple of days. That's on a slight calorie deficit. I think this is nearly finished my 3rd week now of being on a calorie deficit, and with keeping up high intensity interval training, like HIIT circuits in the garden. We did a couple of Chloe Ting's workouts. Those are really fun especially if you're new to fitness, and running. I've managed to drop a couple of kilos since before I started, but since when I was a bit poorly a few weeks ago. So I think I was like 64.5, and now I'm 62, dead on. I don't know what my fat is, my fat percentage is though, I haven't checked. I think it was around 23 last time, so I don't know where it is now. But yeah, this set is from Opoly. It's from their Seamless collection. This is the colour lilac. So if I stand right, so this is front on, I guess. Yeah, side on. Can you see? I don't know if I have any ab lines. I don't really have abs. Just kind of, this is my little belly bit here. Then I have, this is my glutes, I guess. This is weird, just talking to a camera showing off my bod. Is this back view? Can you see? Oh, wait, I'm gonna see stuff. I think that's right. And then this side. This is so tiring. Can you see my legs? I'm gonna turn the camera down a bit. Hold on. Ooh, 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 ooh. This is kind of, yeah, what my leggies look like. And I have these socks on, if anyone wanted to know. So yeah, I think I'm going to end that video there, because like I said, in a year or so I want to do like a bit of a comparison to see how the gym went. I'll post on my Instagram, or I might do a back to the gym video with like current lifts and stuff like that. But yeah, I've tried to end this video so many times, but I just don't know how to summarise it, because it was kind of a bit mismatched. I hope in some way some people can relate to what I was saying. I hope you found out some new things about me maybe that you didn't know. Like, if you do know me, then surprise, that's some of what happens in my brain, I guess. And yeah, just some current goals for the future, goals for the next couple of months, goals for in a year, that I want to be able to achieve. And yeah, if you want to message me about anything, you can do. Check out my Instagram. I'll be posting a couple more things to it. Let me know what sort of things you want to see on the channel. Frankie, stop touching your face, you freaking weirdo. Other than that, have a great weekend, everyone. I don't know when this video is going to be up. I don't know when the weekend is, but whenever you're watching this, have a great weekend. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!